Hello, everybody, and welcome back to League 7. My name is Felix of Virtual Witchcraft, and I am here again with you for the beginning of the end. Today, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, we are going to watch some powerful teams go head to head as they take on the N.E.W.T.s bracket, the N.E.W.T.s bracket. After weeks of fighting over OWLs, now they bring themselves to the very end of this season, this historical season. We'll be getting into it soon, ladies and gentlemen. Just getting our teams loaded in, so do bear with us. We'll be with you shortly. Hello and welcome back, everybody. This is Felix with Virtual Witchcraft, joined by, you know him, you love him, OTP of the Chadley Cannons. Welcome, OTP. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you in the booth today. Today we are going to be looking at the first match of our N.E.W.T.s, our Velcro 2 Unicorns versus the Nimbus Nighthawks. What you feeling, OTP? What do you think we're in for today? Hey, it's no problem, no problem. Love this community, love this league. I want to do my part and provide where I can, and especially since you guys have been going in, and it's a lot to tackle. Playing both on. Oh, 1 second. There we go. Thank you, Shintasu. All right. Go ahead and speak one more time, OTP. I might have had the Discord off. All right, let's see. Properties. Let me make sure of this. Might help if I do this. All right, one more time.
Test. Hello.
There we
Go
go.
Chad the Cannons. Yes, we are back.
We are back, and it looks like we are actually about to be getting into the match. I am sorry about that, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look. Today we've got Velcro 2 Unicorns versus the Nimbus Nighthawks. Be ready, everyone. The match is about to begin, and they are off. Today we are going to be taking a look between Carlson and Dak Daniels on the pitch. Both beautiful chaser perspectives. Carlson currently with the
very
quaffle.
interesting. Dak Daniels has really taken the chaser role here. Obviously, we all know him as that free flight keeper, but he had a really strong play-in tournament last weekend on chaser. So kind of a new dynamic here for the Nighthawks. But Gertnick goes in and puts one in to start.
We always love an early goal within the first few seconds of the match. Currently, looks as if we have the Velcro 2 in possession. Gertnet handling the quaffle. Going downfield, Dak Daniels going for a defensive line, but Gertnet puts it in, putting another 10 points on the board for the Velcro Unicorns. Let me say, OTP, when it comes down to it, especially from either old like crazy con players or even just like newer players today, Velcro 2 has certainly adopted quite a few interesting people on the pitch. And I do mean interesting as in powerful.
Yes, exactly. This team was formed by kind of a combination, I guess you could say. The nice side, the unicorn side of Crazy Comms, Count Tails, Prophecy. Another score there by Prophecy, speak of the devil. The Azka Bangers, right? Jim Tones and Dementor coming from Thin Ice. Gertnit. They had all sorts of players there, but you're right. A lot of old veteran players. We see, like I said, Gertnit, Carlson, Jim Tones, obviously. So they know what they're doing here on this team.
They do, and it shows. They've already gone ahead and put in 30 points on the board, and it's only been just shy of 2 minutes of game. Like,
yeah, and we got a big snitch lead here. Do we have Dementor POV?
No Dementor POV, but Dementor doesn't need a POV. The man goes and catches the snitch as we're talking about him. Speak of the devil. Beautiful capture. We've got 4 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. 50-0. Currently, the Unicorns in the lead. What do you think, OTP? What is Nimbus Nighthawks going to have to do in order to turn this game around? There's still time to do so.
For sure. We see they actually have a pretty good snitch lead here to start. Oh, that gets reset. Commentator curse. But yeah, they're going to need the snitch for sure. And they're going to need to slow down this chaser core. Easier said than done when you have Prophecy out there with, Gertnet and Carlson. So I think they just kind of need to group up on defense, really firstly try to prevent some scores, focus in on getting some snitch lead back because they're down now. And then the offense will follow.
I'd have to agree, especially when it comes down to playing against these players in particular. You have to do a slow game. You have to be careful. Everything has to be super meticulous because if I know these guys, they're usually studying what they need to do in order to successfully close a game down. So they study tactics. They push the meta. Presently, it is showing with how powerful they are on the pitch. Nimbus Nighthawks is going to need to be more meticulous with their chaser play, be a bit more defensive.
Yeah.
And then,
FM did try for one, and so did Dark right there, but Gertnet brought it back. Gutierrez made a few nice saves, so they are holding off Velcro for now. They just really need to get one in here.
That's true, it's true. And Gutierrez, what we saw last week, demonstrates some powerful keeper play. Absolutely
yes.
bestial on the pitch. just absolutely destroying the Chaser gameplay last week. Gonna need to do the same
Yeah,
today to keep them out.
Gutera is a returning season one player. Actually, he came back from the World Cup, kind of like Carlson as well, and a few other players. But he's really come a long way quickly. I do believe he got some training from Yukio, so that might have helped.
Makes sense, makes sense. Yukio being an all-around great player, and especially just kind of adopting almost every single role and perfecting it. Great coach to have when it comes down to developing your keeper gameplay.
There we
Ooh,
go.
Carlson
Carlson,
puts it in.
finally another score here. It had been probably like 2 full minutes without one there,
Ooh,
if not more.
and goes ahead and knocks out the Seeker for the Nimbus Nighthawks, giving them a wide berth on that snitch meter. Looks like Dementor's probably going to be getting this here, and he does. 80-0. Currently, Unicorns in the lead with 1 minute and 45 seconds left on the clock. Wow. Carlson back in possession of the quaffle. Passes on over to Gertnet. Oh, but it is sent back out. Count-tails, demonstrating that... Or, excuse me, not Count-tails. Gutera, demonstrating that powerful keeper play we were discussing earlier. Looks like that quaffle is back downfield in possession of the Unicorns once more.
Oh, what a shovel shot there by Prophecy. This
Beautiful.
Chaser Core is just proving to be too much to contain. They're really going to need to figure something out here on the Chaser.
True, true. It may not happen in this one particular match, though, because there's only 52 seconds on the clock and 100 points to get ahead. But I think they're probably just using this as their testing match, getting a gauge of what it's like to face the Unicorns in this N.E.W.T.s portion of our league. Carlson back in possession of the quaffle, lines up the shot, and 100-0. 30 seconds left on the clock. That is beautiful. Absolutely decimated that game. Perfect score, 100-0. Yeah, OTP. And they're going to need to really push in this next match. But wow, what a game.
Yeah, just a dominant showing by Velcro. You hate to see it for Nimbus. They looked so good last weekend. They've come so far. They're really playing at the top of their game right now. We've seen it in scrims. They look really strong right now, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I think this game is more of a testament to just how strong Velcro is, versus how wide that gap is. I think Nimbus absolutely deserves to be in Newts.
Oh,
But
certainly.
yeah, Velcro is they're just dominant right now. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit worried considering the Chadley Cannons will face the winner of this series here.
Oh, you're hoping that the Nimbus Nighthawks will knock out the Unicorns, are you?
Definitely, yeah. Always cheering for the underdog. So speaking of that, I don't know, Virtual, is there anything you saw in Nimbus's game? Anything you think they can adjust or do a little bit differently to respond here?
Yes, I'm always taking a look at the Seeker gameplay, and what I would say there is they're just going to need to put up a little more Seeker pressure. But I know that is rich to say. As it stands, when facing a team like the Velcro Unicorns, you are having to put your attention everywhere on the pitch. But one of the things I saw was just every few seconds you were seeing something happening against the Seekers on the Nimbus Nighthawks. They were either knocking that meter down or knocking the Seeker out. They're going to need to focus on keeping their Seeker in the air, especially with that Chaser game being as slow and back and forth as it was. As it stands, Gutera was keeping the quaffle out more often than not, but those Chasers are going to have to really force that quaffle onto the other side of the pitch whilst keeping their Seeker in the air so that they can close that gap. But again, I think the Nimbus Nighthawks were approaching this from a slightly more tactical thing. Sure, game one's done, but they've still got a best of 5 in this series. They've got a few more matches under their belt, and knowing the Nighthawks, they're going to be coming back with a new tactic. this. They're going to be screeching through the skies. Whether the unicorns are able to keep up with
Yes.
that, we'll see.
Yes, they definitely have a lot of options at their disposal. I'm not sure. Is it 3 out of 5 confirmed? My understanding was it was a 2 out of 3,
Is
which
it a
obviously
two
would
and
put a lot more pressure
is
on the Nighthawks to win this game. Yeah, I think it is.
okay?
Um, but regardless, yeah, they certainly have options. I agree. I think they were being a bit tactical there. They had a certain game plan for game one, and that was to have cheese and queso there. Swiss Army knife. He was on the beater roll there. I think we're going to see a switch there. I wouldn't be surprised to see DCAS come in.
Mhm.
DCAS, the former Nocturne Raven, another solid option on beater. Maybe give them a fresh look on that side of things while also having the benefit of putting cheese on chaser, because cheese is a really, really good defensive chaser. You have Dak Daniels is more offensive in there. FM, probably a bit more offensive. Dark Grit. I think they need moldy cheese in there to have that defensive force. Someone's got to slow down these Velcro chasers.
They do, and we just got word from staff that it is a best of 5 series. So we're in for quite a few more matches. OTP.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Perfect. Even better. More Quidditch.
More Quidditch, more powerful plays on the pitch. But yeah, you're absolutely right. They're just going to need to give it their all, especially even though they have a best of 5 series. To concede any game already sets you up on an imbalance. So, Nimbus Nighthawks, to bring this around, you're going to have to focus on keeping that even gameplay. You guys did great leading up into N.E.W.T.s. Definitely need to bring it back here as well. As for the unicorns, I've got no advice. Honestly, they've got the game down better than I could ever play. So, unicorns, to keep this up, just keep up that pressure. Do what you do best. Have that almost omnipotence on the pitch. Nighthawks, I'm rooting for you though. I want to see you guys turn this around. Like, just like you, OTP. I love to see an underdog. I love a good underdog story. That said, do you feel that the Nighthawks are going to deliver and really rise back in this next match?
I 100% expect a response. I think we're going to see a good fight out of Nimbus. They are a scrappy bunch. Never count them out. Will it be enough to take a win and potentially the series from Velcro? I'm not too sure. I think that's going to be a tough task. I mean, anything's possible for sure. But yeah, I certainly wouldn't be surprised to see a response and potentially Nimbus, stealing one game here from Velcro. Um, like I said, they have options. They can move cheese to chaser. They have beater, other chaser options. Dak can go keeper if they want that free flight. Michimo, right, their captain. We might see her come in on Seeker. So we'll see. As looks like we're loading into it here.
Yep. And it looks as if we are loading into the Weasley Burrow. Now, OTP, do you have a preference when it comes down to maps to play on? Because I know a lot of people really do love the Weasley Burrow.
Yeah, I think this has just become, the kind of default neutral map, right? There's no glare, relatively, little desync compared to some of the other maps. So yeah, I definitely am a fan of this one. I know some chasers prefer having some lines, Hogwarts Day. I prefer, World Cup Night, I think is a great map.
True.
But yeah, they're all good.
I still stand by my Forbidden Forest. I know a lot of people don't like it due to the particle effects, but it's just a gorgeous map to play on, and especially coming from a Seeker's perspective, having those other elements there that make it a tad bit more difficult to discern where the snitch is
Yeah.
adds that challenge. But
My version of that is Hogwarts Legacy. It's desyncy, but I love it. It has such a nice look to it.
It really does. It really does. Oh, and there we go.
Gertnet.
Gertnet scores there. What a shot. Let's see if we can take a look at that again, shall we?
Oh, busting out the replay tech.
That I am. That I am. Love to
Let's
see a
go.
good replay. And it looks like currently the Nimbus Nighthawks are back in possession there. Streaking down the field. FM currently
FM.
setting up. Oh, but Count Tails saves. Sends it back on over to Carlson. Carlson passing it on over to N.E.W.T.s. N.E.W.T.s and Carlson setting up for this. Oh! But Dark-Rit Nighthawk comes in and defends at the last second. What a shot. Just phenomenal gameplay.
Yep, in comes FM again. Let's see if they can get past this brick wall that is Count Tails. He's looking for a pass, one-timer, and that does go through. Dark-Rit Nighthawk, huge score. He really was the hero last weekend with an insane, I think it was like 2 or 3 scores in a row against the Hogs, came back, tied it up late, stealing the quaffle, and then he got the overtime winner as well. So good to see them get back on the board here, but Dementor does come up with a snitch, yes, 30-10.
30-10, and we got 4 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. Looks like Carlson is back in possession of the quaffle, streaking down the pitch, shoots towards the right hoop, but goes just a little wide. Regains possession of the quaffle, looking for a backward shot, but gets kicked. Passes over to N.E.W.T.s. N.E.W.T.s setting up the shot. Oh, but it looks as if you have conceded possession of the quaffle back over to the Nighthawks.
Dark-Rit again with a huge one-timer.
What
30-20.
Shot. What a shot. They are closing that gap, and it looks like they were listening to us. They're playing a little more slowly, a little more tactically, giving it a bit more of an overall pressure game.
Yeah, they're setting up, they're taking their time, like you said, being a bit more tactical. They're using their one-timers, so they've gotten 2 past Count Tails here. So they didn't actually make any changes. Cheese remained on beater. Actually, well, they did bring in Michimo as on seeker. They're really going to need to try to claw back on this lead. Commentator curse as Count Tails kicks down Michimo.
Well, at that point, especially given how wide the berth is on the snitch, they might need to start focusing primarily on chaser game, but the Unicorns aren't going to let them have just about anything, putting another goal on there. 40-20, Unicorns in the lead, 3 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock. Oh my gosh, it's just back and forth. Again, the Nimbus Nighthawks, they are showing they have what it takes to progress in this season. They just need to keep it up. Ooh, Dak gets knocked on down there. What?
Yeah, that's Nana. So we've talked a lot about the veterans on the Velcro team, right? They do have Nana, the rookie, in my opinion, hands down rookie of the season. This kid is an absolute superstar on beater.
What a shot. And it looks like over here, they're going in. Oh, Dak Daniels coming in with a last-minute defensive one-timer. Carlson back in possession. Lines up the shot, but it is saved by Gutera once more. Gutera, again, I cannot laud the keeping prowess of Gutera enough. And it looks as if they are getting a bit more on the Seeker gameplay. Dementor closing that gap on the snitch. Will Dementor capture it? Dak Daniels in possession of the quaffle. Will he be able to get a score in time? Oh, but conceded
Prophecy
possession.
Again, yeah.
Prophecy.
He is just too good on those steals, Prophecy.
And the shots, adding another score. 50-20, 2 minutes left, and Dementor secures the snitch. 70-20, 2 minutes left on the clock. Nighthawks are going to have to push really hard, pull a miracle, in order to maintain their presence. They've still got 1 more game at the very least, and 2 more games, or 3 more games, technically speaking, if they can turn this around. Oh, Carlson takes a pleasure hit, but back in possession of the quaffle, streaking down the pitch, looking for an opening, looking for somewhere to pass, but it is taken by
Gutera.
Gutera. Yep.
They're gonna need to score here. Michimo's had a good start to the snitch lead here. Definitely enough time for a catch still. So they're gonna need a few scores ASAP.
They really are. They really are. And it's possible. It is possible to get it within this last minute, but they need to go ham.
And Nana takes down Michimo. That
Oh,
is going to steal it.
that's devastating. It looks like Unicorns are currently just keeping the Quaffle out of possession of the other team with less than a minute left on the clock. Ooh, the Nimbus Nighthawks definitely found their footing, but unfortunately, it looks like the Unicorns were able to disbalance them once more, putting another shot on their 80-20, 40 seconds left on the clock. Quaffle is back in play, but it doesn't look like they're going to have enough time to get this done. That said, Dag Generals and the Nighthawks are still looking for that opening to put a few more points back on the board. Oof. Cheese and Queso knocked down.
Yeah, we'll see if Dementor can pull in the snitch here. He did get tackled. There's 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left on that clock. Oh, Michi goes down once more by the hands of Nana. 2 seconds. 1 second. No final snitch catch. But we do see 80-20 win by way of the Velcro Unicorns. Wow. Just wow. Again, the Nighthawks brought it back that time, but just didn't have enough momentum to really carry it forward there.
We definitely saw a response. We definitely saw more tactical, more strategic chaser game there. Mitchie did put up a good fight, but honestly, Nana he might just be him. He's too strong, too much pressure for the Nighthawks to overcome. This chaser core, too much pressure, led by Prophecy. We saw him getting tackles all over the field, putting a few in, and it's really fun as well to watch. These veteran chasers, Gertnit, Carlson, the Rim Reaper, Gertnit, Carlson, the former captain of Team Unknown. Just awesome to see these returning players, these longtime players showing that they really still have it, right? We had their point of views and they just had beautiful plays that entire time there.
Teams are currently getting themselves set up for this match 3. Again, Nighthawks have a chance to turn this all around. Chat, join us in this this speculation. Who do you think is going to be winning this round 3? Do you think the Velcro Unicorns are going to shut out the Nighthawks, or do you think the Nighthawks are going to come back with a vengeance?
Yeah, by how much? Let's get some score predictions here.
Yeah, put out some score predictions. We don't really have points to give for that, but you get clout. You get clout.
Virtual, you were gone for a long time. The people don't want points anymore. They want cards.
Oh, is that?
They want Flyrish's player cards.
Oh, well, I do have to apologize, guys. Flyrish, unfortunately, isn't going to be able to give out those cards right now. You see, Flyrish is currently going to be in the games, in the matches that you're going to be seeing. So, yeah, no cards this time around, but I'll see if he can retroactively get a few cards out on the board. You know, because we love you guys. We like to see that you guys are collecting some of these fantastic player cards that they've been putting together. Oh my.
Virtual, I know we keep on you for this. I know we've been giving you a hard time to join L7. But man, I wish I had a virtual witchcraft seeker card.
Oh,
shame. That's a shame.
Believe me, it would be my absolute honor to have a card in my name. I'm looking into getting into Season 5. The only issue just becomes I gotta find the time. Especially since I've been talking with some of the people over at League 7, and I've been saying like, hey, I've been interested on casting a bit more here and there. So I'd have to balance it between my playing duties and my casting duties, but I won't count it out. Maybe Season 5 Virtual Witchcraft Seeker card. You never know. Never know. You might be able to have it.
Let's go. Well, honestly, having you up here in the booth is just as good, if not better, in my opinion. Like I gave you your flowers earlier. You've been cooking, and it's just great to listen to your excitement and commentary about the game. So, if you're not playing, if you're here, at least that's the next best thing.
I appreciate that. I certainly do appreciate that. Like, again, I love this league. I want to be able to do what I can, and yeah, if I can actually get back into it, like playing with you guys, that has been on the docket for 4 seasons now. Just never gotten the
Yes.
chance to do it. That said, it's likely. I do have internet connection again, so it's possible.
Yes, all good, man. All good. Life is busy. But yes, of course, miss seeking against you back in the day. Speaking of that, maybe I'm sure you remember many games seeking against these seekers here: Dementor, Michimo, Dark Shadow Fox. Anything you remember from racing those seekers?
Plenty of frustration, particularly just with how well they play. As I recall, Michimo has a great advantage when it comes into swinging in with those bumps from out of nowhere. I
Yes, he
I was always
does.
cursing Michimo in the best of ways when I would turn a corner and next thing I knew I was getting battered. And then of course with Dementor has been a beast on the pitch for as long as I've known them. Like always consistent, great lines when it comes down to keeping on top of that snitch, and knows how to weave themselves around incoming bludgers and just keep away from those bumps. Especially when it comes down to, oh my gosh, especially when it comes down to that seeker pressure. I do remember Dementor just keeping it on there with the beaters. Like, it's one thing to be a good defensive seeker, it's another to be a good offensive seeker. And I think Dementor plays the field on both sides very well. But yeah, all of these seekers are absolutely fantastic. They've given it their all, and it shows on the pitch today. Like, they've gotten this
Yeah,
far because of how great they are.
you're absolutely right. Both of these seekers that you're talking about here, Michimo, um, Dementor, really great bump seekers, really efficient. Like, you and I know how to bump, right? We get up into position, we think we have the bump, we see the icon, and
Mm-hmm.
we're getting bumped back almost every single time. It's so frustrating to go up against. I don't know, Virtual, if you ever watched the old Quaffle report shows we did. One of the original ones, we using the stat bot, actually, we pulled up a lot of the old all-time player stats.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, both of these seekers, Dementor, I especially remember Michimo's, I was quite shocked at her bumping efficiency. So amount of bumps taken total versus the ones you've actually hit. I think she was the highest or up there. It was certainly Dementor was up there, Michimo, Jagard, Jolva, right? Some of the old great bump seekers in the
Mm-hmm.
game. These two seekers were right up there. So definitely shows. And yeah, it'd be nice if we had a seeker point of view to watch this battle here in game three.
We will have to see. We will have to see as it stands. The teams are currently getting themselves loaded on in. If we have a good seeker position, I'll try and capture it. But on our side and theirs, these players want to keep their secrets, not give away anything as to who's going into what position in order to keep that tactical advantage. So you never know. You never know. But yeah, as we currently wait for the players to load themselves on in, what are you thinking? What do you anticipate we'll be looking at in this next match?
I think we're going to be looking at a 41.
Ooh, really?
Well, it's 133, so unless they're booting in the game right now, which they are, okay, they're going to be pushing it here. Bold move, Cotton, as they say. We're going to run a time crunched Newts game. Um, Maybe Velcro is being confident that they can get to 100 in time. We'll see. They've got if there's no overtime, they should be good. It'll probably cut out as soon as the game finishes here. They've got 7 minutes, so
Well, we will see. They're currently off, and it looks as if we've got the perspective of Dementor and FM today. So we do have some fun little seeker perspective. As you can see, Dementor flying
There we
about.
go.
Let's get a good look here. Alrighty. So no points
Nice
put on the board
time.
within the next 10 or within the first 10 seconds. It looks like the Nighthawks have been coordinating and figuring out how to keep the unicorns out, but unfortunately, Caster's curse. Caster's
Yes.
curse. Unicorns put it in. 10-0, 6 minutes left on the clock. Oh, it's going to be an exciting match.
We have the El Presidente in chat. Chad says this is my worst nightmare as these teams are racing against the clock. Rishi, who is on the Velcro Unicorn, says they'll be fine. He's confident in his team. This is fun. This is interesting. FM with a beautiful steal, taken back though by Carlson. Yeah, we'll see. It's beautiful kick out there, so it's still 10-0. Snitch is getting close though. Another big lead by Dementor and Nana there.
Yep. Currently.
And speaking of which, Dementor with the bump kill on Michimo. So exactly as you said, Virtual. Dementor, offensive and defensive.
Ooh, and Nana takes out FM. Oh my goodness. It looks like they are giving and taking today. They are responding with those hits. Dementor still staying on top of the Snitch and keeping a wide berth, but also the entirety of the Unicorn team proving that they have a dominating presence. And we'll switch on over to Dementor here. Oh, Prophecy puts it in, 20-0. Oh,
and he scored on Dak Daniels there. I think Gutera logged decent out of the game, and Dak Daniels joined. This is just a bizarre game all around here.
Bizarre indeed, and it looks as if Dementor has taken a few hits, had a wide lead on that Snitch, but Mitchie has been bringing it back around. Dementor keeping a wide berth away. Meanwhile, Prophecy puts another point on the board. 30-0, 4 minutes and 31 seconds left. But Dementor captures at 4 minutes, 31 seconds left on the clock. 50-0 in the lead for the Unicorns. Wow. Keeping up the pressure today, it seems. FM in possession of the Quaffle. Holding on to it. Streaking down the pitch for the Nimbus Nighthawks. Looking for an opening. Swings left. Oh, and takes the shot. 10 points on the board by way of the Nimbus Nighthawks.
Beautiful play by FM.
Beautiful play indeed.
And Nana takes down Mitchie again, man. He is wreaking havoc.
And that's what I'm saying when it comes down to that secret pressure. Oh, goodness. Well, it looks as if Carlson has just knocked down FM. FM back on their broom. It seems like we are seeing a lot of knocked out players today, but it's to be expected with these dominating teams today. They absolutely know how to attack players at their weakest points, and it is showing today. Oh, FM with a beautiful steal, regaining possession of the Quaffle, looking for an opening, whether it be to streak downfield or to pass it on over. Those evasive maneuvers showing. Passes it on over. Ooh, but it is intercepted. Carlson in possession of the Quaffle. The Seekers look to be at just 1/3 of their Snitch race. 3 minutes left on the clock.
Carlson, beautiful play.
Beautiful.
He is also on fire here. 60-10. But yeah, like you said, those Snitch races those Snitch meters are really close here.
It's looking like it is going to be a repeat of these last two matches unless the Nighthawks can regain their footing. They have what it takes.
FM.
Oh.
FM stopped by Count-Tails. That was a big one there. They really need to get some scores in. Dark Red FM. They had a few last game. Rosati is in there now this game with them. So they need to stop Prof as a huge save by Dak Daniels. The mid-game sub-in keeper proving effective here. They're holding up their part. They just need saying, Chasers, go get some scores. Michimo, catch that Snitch, please. And on the subject, I think we switch back to Dementor's POV here. We're getting really close.
Yeah, it looks as if we are in the last third of the Snitch race. Currently, Dementor getting a few bumps here and there, swinging back and forth. 1 minute, 50 seconds left on the clock. Currently, Dementor still in the lead, gives a bump to Mitchie, takes a wide berth out here to avoid the incoming chasers, putting pressure on Mitchie. Ooh, Dementor takes a hit. Oh, goodness, and all this chaser pressure is being piled on. It looks like Mitchie is catching back up, if not superseding Dementor. Dementor still keeping that berth, dodges an incoming bludger. Michimo on top of the snitch, needs to get a bump
Cheese
here.
took down Nana.
Oh! And they're close, they're close. Carlson gets a last minute shot on here. Dementor swings, catches the snitch at 1 minute, 12 seconds, 90-10. By way of the Unicorns, still in the lead. The Nighthawks are going to have to perform a miracle if they are going to want to stay in this game. Oh my goodness.
What a finish there. It was back and forth action. Carlson to Anella. We saw her come in. Just, massive steals, massive punches on the Seeker game. It was really close. Mitchie, Cheese, they did everything that they could on that one. Cheese took out Nana at the end, who had been just an absolute force. But again, just Dementor proving too lethal, too experienced. And they come up with the catch and score. That's basically going to seal this series. It was really well fought, virtual, by both teams. Right, I don't think the scores are indicative of that awesome action-packed series that we just witnessed.
I'd have to agree. As I've said before, the Nighthawks have always proven to be a fantastic team when it comes down to their gameplay. But today, it's just a victory by way of the Unicorns. All that can be said. Unicorns brought their A game. Nighthawks did as well. But only one team can progress, unfortunately. And it looks like that's going to be the Velcro Unicorns. And it looks like you have quite the challenge ahead of you, OTP.
Yes, it'll just be it'll be a walk in the park.
A walk in the park. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Well, we're going to take a brief intermission, allow our players to take a breather, as well as get an ad run in here if we can do that, staff. So don't go away. We'll be right back with more Quidditch.
Okay, we are back in here, guys. Thank you for waiting. Brilliant match we saw there from Velcro and the Nimbus Nighthawks. Congratulations to the Velcro Unicorns for moving on in Newts, and to the Nimbus Nighthawks, a very pleasant farewell to this season. Fantastic season. We definitely want to give you guys a shout out, a salute for your progress this year and how far you guys came, grinding in those scrims, setting up those carousels that we've known, we've come to know and love every Friday evening, getting together, all the people, and it's been great. It's paid off for everyone here. So everyone, spam W's in chat. Nimbus Nighthawks, salute to their season. And in honor of the Nighthawks flying high, we're gonna show the highlight tape here of their play and win last weekend here, Nighthawks versus the Hogs. So we're gonna run this for a bit. We have the next match coming up, PKS and DA, in about 10 to 15 minutes. So stay tuned.
Yeah, guys, again, well done, Nimbus Nighthawks. You played phenomenally over this past season, and especially last week. It was an absolute pleasure getting able to be on commentary for you guys. You and the Hogs kept it 100 the entire time. I was having an absolute blast watching things go back and forth with the both of you. And as you can see in some of these clips, you guys were beasts on the pitch. You were certainly shrieking in that Nighthawk glory the entire time, and absolutely phenomenal. Again, well done to all of you in your season. You were wonderful, and I hope to really see what you can give in season 5 if you choose to return, and I'm hoping you do, because oh my goodness, like, again, some of these powerhouse plays that I had the pleasure to watch, it was just, it was beautiful to behold. Like, Dak Daniels, especially in these past 2 clips, was phenomenal with keeping that quaffle pressure up. And Mitchie in chat saying, "It's my pleasure to lose my first N.E.W.T.s match." Wow, Mitchie. Beautiful. Especially against Uni. GG's all. GG to you, Mitchie. GG to you. You did fantastic. OTP, what you thinking? What you thinking about this next match coming up, especially between PKS and DA?
I'm thinking, as you know, it was a lot of love there, a lot of love for the Nighthawks and Velcro and a lot of our friends here. I think we're switching from love to, dare I say, a bit of a grudge match here, Virtual.
Oh yes, that's right, because pre-N.E.W.T.s, DA absolutely killed it on the pitch and managed to best the formidable PKS. And now they're going at it again with a vengeance. I don't know. I don't think that PKS is going to let that slide. I think Team Pumpkin Snatch is going to be coming in and saying, "Hey, you might have bested us in the battle, but we will win the war." Meanwhile, Dumbledore's army, as their namesake, their slight namesake suggests, I think they show what it takes to be able to take on even the most formidable threats and still come out on top. So I think it could go either way, but just in my personal experience, especially given the fact that we have seen Dumbledore's army in previous seasons, I have high expectations for them in this upcoming match.
100%. DA, it is a new version of DA Virtual than you probably would have remembered them, the powerhouse back in the old days there. Obviously, PKS is predominantly CC, right? The main powerhouse back in the old day. It's funny you say back in the old day. The game's been out for like 2 years, but anyway.
The fact it's made it 2 years. Let's count our graces
honestly,
there.
I think we should all pause and rejoice for a moment here.
Yes.
But no, honestly, yeah, just veteran teams, veteran players here. Like I said, it is a revamped DA squad. They had quite an adventure to get to this point this season. Laggy doing a great job at finding some really key free agents additions to bring back to that DA core that was already in existence there. Of course, Laggy and Skipper, some of the usuals, but bringing in a really solid chaser core, N.E.W.T.s, right? Kalu from the Dragons last season, one of the best chasers in the league last season in the World Cup division. Oof, who was one of the best, if not the best, chasers in the Tri Wizard division, coming from
Mm-hmm.
the Hogs. Singularity as well from the Dragons, Lego. So a lot of really good Hawkeye as well. Halfway through the season, they picked up Hawkeye and Luna when the Ravens folded. And then, in my opinion, the biggest pickup was just Ketchup, the our favorite Tri-Wizard champion there, Felix. Other than obviously, I won't be biased and say myself. But yeah, just Ketchup. It's been awesome to see his return to L7. He's fully back in form. He is cooking. He is a menace, and he was a menace last time DEA bested PKS. He was a big reason for that. So whether we see him out there today or Laggy, the captain herself, both lethal beater options. And then, of course, we have Shade. Shade's the X Factor. He's the Seeker MVP. We'll see if he can do it again against.
I think they have what it takes to do so. Again, you're absolutely right,
Yeah.
especially with Ketchup's return. Like, Ketchup had been an absolute menace as beater in Season 0 tryout period, if you can believe that, all the way back then, and made a name for themselves. Like, of course, you had Spicy Ketchup come in, but OG Ketchup has really kept that namesake going. Like, what can I say more than Ketchup is an absolute beast, absolutely formidable to play against. I remember my days in Seeking and seeing Ketchup's name and going, oh no.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, let's not count out, right? The Titan on the other end, McCoon,
True.
widely regarded as the best, right, historical beater of all time. I know some would have put Ketchup in that argument, right behind him there, and McCoon's teammate Cypress. There's a lot of good, OG beaters. Winford himself, the self-proclaimed beater king. We saw
Ah,
him
yes.
join Crazy Comms and play with McCoon last season, right, when McCoon stepped away a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
they've always seemed to figure out their beater thing, whether McCoon is there or not. But the good news for them now is McCoon is back. He is playing. He is taking this seriously. And yeah, I mean, we got to commentate we did the highlight show last weekend. We watched DA's victory over PKS, and that was my favorite part, was watching McCoon and Ketchup go at it.
Agreed. Like, when you have two powerhouse beaters, it's always the perfect formula for a fantastic match. Like, when that beater pressure is high, you know the rest of the pressure on the entirety of the team is always going to be high. Especially when you're looking at it, dram plays, when you're looking at keeping the seeker off of the snitch for long enough, when you have those interfering plays from the beater and those last minute saves. I'm always happy to see two powerhouse beaters just go at it. And if I remember correctly, between McCoon and Ketchup, they had they had a few clonks against one another in their gameplay. I'm excited to see if they can do that again for our viewing pleasure here. And it does look like we are going to have about 5 minutes before this next match. So everyone, don't go away. We are currently waiting on our players to prepare themselves, and I hope that you're doing the same here too. We'll take another brief intermission just to make sure that we can run an advert, keep things smooth and sinuous in our gameplay. But when we come back, we will be watching the first match of Dumbledork's Army versus Team Pumpkin Snatch. So, don't go away. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are just about to move into the second matchup of our N.E.W.T.s between these playerhouse teams or powerhouse teams.
You had it right
Dumbledore,
the first time.
well, Dumbledore's Army and Team Pumpkin Snatch. What a match. I can't wait to see what both of these teams have ready for us. What you thinking? What you thinking, OTP? What are we in for today?
I think the old football adage, American football, any given Sunday, I think that applies here. I think it's anyone's game. Any of these teams here in Newts, anyone's capable of winning. Obviously, we saw that the last time these two played. PKS, the heavy favorites in that match, and DA came out and shocked them, bested them. Um, so yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. It like I said, kind of depends who shows up, who's more locked in, who gets more seeker pressure, who gets the bounces fall in their way, the desync fall in their way, if you will. A lot of it is luck. A lot of it is preparation. Obviously, skill, experience, knowledge of the game. Right there's a lot of factors that come into play here. So
That's
we'll
true.
see. We'll see what versions we get of PKS and NDA. I think another big thing virtual is, will there be any key absent players? Right? Always a
Ooh.
question mark with PKS. Are you going to have McCoon and Shoney specifically? Tux, Cardi, are these players going to be around, engaged, committed? DA, is anyone absent? I've heard a couple potentials. Um, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see, and it does look like we're going to be seeing here shortly as we are moving in to Hogwarts Rainy Pitch. Oh my goodness, this is also another favorite of mine. Like, absolutely wonderful to play on. Very little artifacts. Like, occasionally the rain can mess with you, but I've never really had an issue with it. Oh my goodness.
We are seeing Marsonley and only played a handful of games in the Owls. Marsonley, the Brazilian chaser seeker. Okay, so Skinny confirmed it in chat. No Shoney. So
No
he said that
Shoney.
was a question mark, and yeah, sure enough, Shoney is not playing today.
Oh, but Singularity puts the first points on the board for Dumbledore's Army with 6 minutes 45 seconds left on the clock. Today we have the perspective of both Skipper and Tux. So we've got some good keeper play and we've got some great seeker play to behold.
Yes, Singularity. That's a really big first score there by DA. They got to get confidence, the confidence flowing with this chaser core. I see no Kalu, no Lukisis. So Shoney and Lukisis, two potentially of the top chasers on each team, are both absent here today. I also see Laggy is in on beater. No Ketchup just yet. But as we both know, virtual from the Try Wizard, Ketchup is actually in Africa right now, so I doubt we'll be seeing him today.
Probably not, but all that said, Ketchup has faith in their team. I think they're going to perform fantastically regardless. Laggy has always been a good, steady beater. Never put it past them. And Cardi puts it in for Team Pumpkin Snatch, bringing the score to a tie at 5 minutes 30 seconds left on the clock. What a nice play. And the Seekers, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Snitch game is getting close already, with Tux currently in the lead. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, Skinny made the point in chat. Like, this is still Tux and McCoon we're talking about.
True.
I know Shade and Ketchup shocked everyone last time, and they played out of their minds. But I mean, it's Tux and McCoon. It's a very tough duo.
Well, good bump by way of High Phoenix on that one. Knocking Tux back on the Snitch lead just a bit and closing the gap, but Tux is still in a formidable lead there. Let's see. Oh, takes a punch. Oh, it's getting close. Oh, it looks like maybe there was a mistaken swing and a miss on that snitch. And another one as Tux misses the snitch. Does that give them?
Lunged. He got lunged.
Got lunged and smacked. Still in the lead. Oh, and a snitch capture at 4 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock.
Wow.
First snitch catch goes by way of PKS. 10:30 PKS in the lead. Beautiful.
Lunged in the corner, stays with it, stays ahead. Dodges a few tackles right at the end, and then Leggy sent a bludger in. I thought that was going to hit, but Tux gets that catch animation through. What a finish there. That could have been a huge swing on account of that snitch lunge there.
It really could have. It really could have. And from any seeker, we all know the pain that comes with that. Whenever you end up just swinging onto the snitch and it throws you off in the wrong direction. Oh, meanwhile, as we were talking, I do believe Oof just threw a quaffle into goal for Dumbledore's Army, putting that score at 20-30.
Yeah, strong start here by the DA Chaser Corps. Oof, Singularity, Hawkeye coming in as the defensive chaser, and Singularity with a beautiful maneuver getting up and above Pumpkin Snatch there, 30-30. So TKS, right, always known for their ability to chaser diff or dominate the chaser game with Shoney, Cardi. Tux, if he plays there 21st, has been a really good up-and-coming chaser this season. But it's DA without N.E.W.T.s showing that they are no slouches either. And a big save by Skipper.
Big
That's
save.
going to be another big aspect here. So far, Skipper looking a little bit more locked in here than Pumpkin.
Skipper is definitely skipping their way down the pitch today, throwing out those rings to support their Chaser Corps whilst keeping the pressure on Tux there. You can see that Tux is having to weave, gets a good bump over there, looking like Phoenix is going to have to push through to capture the snitch, but it is a tied game, otherwise said. Currently,
this
2
is a
minutes, 30
huge
seconds.
catch.
It's going to be a huge catch.
Could be the game here. We see Tux with a slight lead. Sorry, actually, it's reversed there on the icons. Shade has a slight lead.
Oh, Shade does have a slight lead. Let's see. Or no. Currently, Tux is still in the lead.
Big kick by Skipper.
Yep. Putting that pressure on.
Tux's blue meter, so Shade has the lead.
Oh, Tux swung! Tux swung again and missed! That just might give Shade the time to get that snitch. But one bump. Oh, there's a bump. Oh, a clock.
Tackle.
Another bump.
Huge bump by Tux, though.
Is that going to be
in. Now he's full meter. We need a kick here. Skipper.
Oh, another
huge bump by Shade. Goal by 21st.
Shade has the lead. Shade has the lead. Will Shade get the snitch here?
He bumps midair. No, Shade.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
Oh my god, he had it. It looked like he pressed the bump button by accident.
Oh,
there was no one around him. He bumped midair when he could have caught, and Tux makes him pay.
Makes him pay indeed, bringing that score 30-60. Team Pumpkin Snatch currently in the lead. I think I got that replay there. So let's go ahead and take a look at that last few seconds one more time.
Oh man, Shade, look away when you watch this replay. Oh no!
What a capture, and we are back in it now.
Yeah, I think maybe Shade was playing defense there. Sometimes it's a really wise move to do as a seeker when you instead of going all out for catch, the bump is coming up behind you. Pause. Virtual, you used to do that a ton, right? Bump back and knock the other person backwards. I think that's what he was going for there. But man, he's going to wish he had that opportunity back.
That's true, but this is still only the first match. There is the potential to learn from that and come back and be able to just kind of keep your cool and prepare yourself for it. And it looks like they are getting close for this third snitch catch. Tux again, 3 snitches, 1 match, bringing the score 80-30 Team Pumpkin Snatch in the lead with 6 seconds left on the clock. This is looking like it's going to be over.
Yes, but you said it, Virtual. DEA, if anyone's listening, Phoenix, my guy, Virtual said it. Keep your cool. Stay
Mm-hmm.
calm, stay composed. You did great. You had that snitch. You guys were in every snitch race there, came down to the wire. Your chaser core showed up. Singularity was absolutely cooking. Skipper was on point. I mean, they got to be proud of themselves. They got to stay composed. Shade, lock it in. You got this one for game 2 here.
It's true, it's true. But again, Team Pumpkin Snatch showed a prolific career over the. They were in the bag shots or the bins division, remind me correctly.
They were in the bins division with us as well.
That's right. They showed
yeah.
a powerhouse in the bins division and then struggled a bit when it came to the cross divisionals. However, it seems they have found their A game once more and have been bringing it today. Dumbledore's Army got them in the cross divisionals, managed to push them back a little. But that doesn't mean that Team Pumpkin Snatch is out of the race just yet. However, Game 1 in a best-of-5 series, Dumbledore's Army can use this as a learning opportunity. As I said, take it a little slower, keep your cool. Don't go for a bump when you don't need to. And I know that's rich coming from me, the manual bumper who always says bump, bump, bump. But you guys got this. You guys got this. I want to see 5 good matches today. So Dumbledore's Army, don't count yourself out just yet. I want to see more from you. Your boy Skinny says, going for the brake check there was hella greedy. Yeah, Skinny. Yeah, I gotta agree. But you know, sometimes it pays off. Sometimes it pays off.
That's the thing. It's a mind game there, right? As a seeker, how many times Virtual you think you have that catch, you're locked in, and then you get bumped from behind.
Yep.
And you're like, man, why didn't I bump back? Why didn't I dodge? Right. So all these things are going through your mind when you get close to that catch there. So
Hundreds
it's
of times.
easier said than done. I doubt he was being greedy and trying to show off and squeeze that extra bump in. That's certainly not the case there. It's just it's a tough one. You hate to see it, but like I said, we'll see if Shade can respond. It's going to be tough, man. Virtual and McCoon look locked in, right? That's that's the version of McCoon we got for N.E.W.T.s. I guess that was to be expected. So Shade's gonna have to respond, but I think the X factor here is Laggy is gonna have to respond, right?
True.
Laggy, this is her team. She's the leader. She's got to lead by example. She's got to land those tackles on tucks, make the call outs, right? The beater is really D Sergeant. They have the point, the bird's eye view there. They're monitoring the situation. And Laggy is a very good leader, a very good game manager. So I think, she's certainly talking to her team right now as they get prepared for game 2, keeping everyone focused in line, focusing on what they have to do. And on the chaser keeper game, just go out and do the same thing again.
That's true. And having worked with Laggy in the past in Season 1, I know that they are very analytical, incredibly detail-oriented. So I think Laggy is especially going to be speaking to their team about what they can do better, what they can focus on in this next match to really spearhead into Game 2. What we're going to see, I don't know just yet, but I do know for a fact that we are in for something exciting. As it stands, Dumbledore's Army has always been a bit of a on the back foot in Game 1, but always brings it in Game 2. So we're going to be moving in to what looks to be Weasley Burrow Overcast. Now this we're in for a good match. Again, looks like we have Skipper's perspective and Tux's perspective, both of them retaining their lineup. In fact, it looks as if we are...
Couple changes here. I see, yes, CC, or PKS, sorry, is the same. 21st and Marsonley, who actually had a pretty solid game here. Saw a few nice plays from him. Surprised at no Neo though. But yeah,
True.
DA has brought in Lego here. So big change on their side.
Looks like they might have. Okay, there we go. Looks like they were doing either a last minute switch or there was a bit of a desync. But all players have finally found themselves in and are ready to take off into match 2 of Dumbledore's Army versus Team Pumpkin Snatch. For those just tuning in, Team Pumpkin Snatch has won 1 game out of a best of 5 series. We are moving into game 2. Skipper showcasing Dumbledore's Army, and N.E.W.T.s showcasing Team Pumpkin Snatch. Team Pumpkin Snatch in possession of the quaffle with 21st Century. 21st Century lining up for a shot. Takes it, but it goes wide. Skipper putting on the pressure, trying to get that quaffle back out. Does so, passing on over to Oof. Meanwhile, it looks as if N.E.W.T.s is still keeping that lead on the snitch. I do have to wonder what exactly N.E.W.T.s' build is. As it stands, Seeker meta has developed a bit more since I've been on the pitch.
Singularity gets stopped there, picked back up by 21st, flipped up to Cardi. In comes Cardi on Skipper, gets around underneath. Looks like that got stopped, I think, by Lego. So nice defensive play by Lego, who came in there for Hawkeye. So taking over that defensive chaser role.
Mm-hmm. It's always good to see that there's a power in the defensive chaser line, even beyond just like our offensive chaser line, because it really does come down to the wire of having people rotating back and forth to make sure that you have that presence all over the pitch at all times, and having a dedicated defensive line just makes it that much more difficult for the other team to get those quaffle goals in there. Now, what we're looking at right now, it looks as if we are approximately 4/5 of the way.
Here comes Cardi.
Cardi shoots. Beautiful, beautiful shot. And I do believe we are so close on this snitch game right now. N.E.W.T.s swings out of the way of a bludger and what looks like might have been a bump attempt, flying around their goals. Meanwhile, gets the bump over there. And
they're going to have to hit him here.
They're going to have to hit, but he's over by the keeper rings. Takes the kick, but N.E.W.T.s still captures the snitch at 4 minutes, 55 seconds left on the clock, putting 30 points to Team Pumpkin Snatch. Dumbledore's Army still trailing at 0. They're going to need to push here. And it looks as if they are currently, with Lego in possession, lines up for a shot, and Singularity scores! Well done, 10 points to Dumbledore's Army. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. They only have 20-point disparity between them and Team Pumpkin Snatch. It looks like they're finding their momentum once more, OTP. I'm hoping to see that they carry this on through.
Yeah, I mean, this is another banger here, just back and forth, high intensity. What more could you ask for, Virtual, for N.E.W.T.s here?
Oh, I can always ask for 5 games for every single matchup. You know me, I am greedy when it comes down to seeing these players play. And it looks...
Okay.
Cardi in possession of the quaffle, trying to squeak past Skipper. Goes from behind, but Skipper kicks the quaffle back out. Looks like quaffle is in possession by Oof. N.E.W.T.s keeping up the lead on the snitch, but gets hit. Oh, goodness. This is a tight game. It is just one snitch capture by way of Dumbledore's Army to tie this game. 3 minutes, 17 seconds left on the clock here.
Big lead by N.E.W.T.s, though. They're really going to have to up the pressure here. Get on McCoon. He is clearly being a bit of an issue here, and they got to find some disruption on N.E.W.T.s. They're evening it out a little bit because Cardi comes back down. He's all alone on Skipper here.
Yep.
He flips down, goes for reverse, whiffs on it. Singh disconnects again from the match. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's never good to see.
They're going to need her in ASAP. as we're getting close to this catch here.
That's true. That's true.
Um,
Snitch
Shade's done a
looks
good
to be
job
neck
though.
and neck.
Yeah, really even now. This is going to be down to the wire again here. Tux has pulled ahead a little bit.
Something is telling me
He,
that Tex definitely has that increased snitch game because they are getting so close there. Cardi puts it in, and Tux gets the capture. That is 60 points by way of Pumpkin Snatch's team, with 10 points by way of Dumbledore's army. 2 minutes left on the clock. What do you think, OTP? Do you think that Dumbledore's army has the chance to turn this around?
I mean, they got to find the chaser magic that they had in the first game. Luckily, Singh is back in the game. Oof is in possession of the quaffle. Let's get a quick score or two, and there we go.
There it
Commentator
is.
blessing. Nothing says turning around the momentum like a nice score.
That's true. A one shot on goal, bringing them to 20-60. That is 40 points disparity. If they can get 2 chaser goals and 1 snitch capture, they're good. Ooh! And it looks as if Tux has just knocked out High Phoenix there. Oh, goodness. Remind me, High Phoenix is Shade, correct?
Shade, yes. Shade is Phoenix, the man of many names. I'm sure he was low there, probably on account of McCoon.
Mm-hmm.
And Tux just swooped in with a crucial bump here. Unless Shade can really turn this around and fill some meter, unfortunately, this might be it again here for game 2.
That's true. It's true. It looks like they are keeping the pressure on. Skipper going to defend against this, but Cardi gets the shot. 70 points. Team Pumpkin Snatch in the lead. 50 seconds left on the clock. It's looking like more and more this is going to be a closed game. However, Dumbledore's army still might try to put some more points on the board. It's going to be difficult for them to get the snitch here. Whether or not Tux can get the snitch in this last 30 seconds will be questionable. Skipper in possession of the quaffle. Skipper looking for an opening, sends it on over to Oof. Oof streaking down the field, looking for that. Looks like Tux is on top of the snitch here. However, it's going around Skipper's rings. Oof gets the last second score, and Tux captures after a beautiful bump. 15 seconds left on the clock. 90-30. Team Pumpkin Snatch has practically shut this game out. It is impossible to get 70 points to turn this around. 10 seconds. And it looks as if that is going to be it. 90-30. Team Pumpkin Snatch wins their second game. What a match.
Yeah, what a performance again by PKS, Tux, McCoon. I mean, Skinny said it in chat, 60-point diff is too much.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened the last time these teams played, but the other way around, right? Shade and Ketchup catching majority of the snitches in that series. They need to find that magic back again. I mean, Shade was right there, right? In every snitch in game 1. It was right down to the wire. It wasn't necessarily as close here in game 2. I don't know if that's McCoon heating up here, Tux getting more on point with his pathing, or maybe Shade and Laggy did get a bit rattled there from game 1. I mean, we're all human. How could you not after a swing like that in game 1?
True.
But nonetheless, they got to find some sort of magic. They got to slow down McCoon, and they got to help out Shade here a little bit.
Yeah, it seems like, as you said, McCoon probably just finished warming up after that first match and really got into it. Laggy responding where possible. I saw Laggy get a few hits on out there. However, just going to have to bring more of that energy, more of that momentum to carry forward so that they can secure a win under their belt. This very well may be their last match within N.E.W.T.s unless they deliver here. It's a terrifying prospect, but at the same time, incredibly fun to watch from the casting booth, I gotta say, guys.
Yes, it is. Sometimes it's nice to be up here witnessing. But yeah, the pressure's on DA, the pressure's on Laggy, right, the captain. You did say, right, I saw as well, she had a few clutch hits there.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, against Tux and McCoon, believe it or not, like that can be enough. That is good, right? All you need is a few good bonks by the beater, take down the meter a little bit, and then from there, it's about team pressure, right? Knowing when to assign a chaser, maybe two chasers onto the seeker game. Are you punching the beater specifically if your seeker has the lead? Are you trying to slow down the enemy seeker? It's all about the team cohesiveness and working together to all be focused on the meta, the most important thing in any given second here. So we've seen it from DA this season. We've seen them flash their cohesiveness. We've seen some challenges, some ups and downs from them all season long. They've worked so hard to get to this point. So we'll see. Their backs on the ropes here, virtual. Can they respond?
We will have to see. Again, Team Pumpkin Snatch has been delivering in both matches, and it says Yuki here. Commentators should concentrate on commentating about PKS team instead. Okay then, well, why don't you go ahead and give us a bit of a breakdown, OTP. Tell us more about Team Pumpkin Snatch, what we're looking at with them.
For sure. And I mean, we have talked a lot about PKS, right? We try to balance it here. But we talked about their chaser core, right? Marsonley coming in, being a bit of a surprise here, starting in N.E.W.T.s, being effective alongside 21st. Obviously, we all know Cardi, the veteran there, had a lot of attempts that game, managed to get, I think, a couple scores in. 21st as well. I think 21st just had a really, really strong season. We knew him as a strong 3v3 player coming into Q6, but he's really kind of taken off. So despite not having Shoney, it's still a solid chaser core here. Marsonley as well is making good plays. I am surprised to not see Neo though, because Neo has played a lot of really good chaser recently. Obviously, we know him as a seeker, but when you have, I mean, we've said it over and over again, Tux and McCoon, right? They're goated players on the seeker beater, right? When it 60 points is 60 points, so
right.
It's tough to overcome. But of course, right? They are a team. The cohesiveness, the leadership, the call outs, the same thing applies to this team as well. Right? Led by their captain, Pumpkin Snatch. She has been playing a solid keeper in this series. Obviously, she's not the one making the call outs. I'm actually not entirely sure who does the in-game lead on PKS squad, but clearly they're making it work. And they've showed up ready to play today. They're leaving it all out on the line. So,
and they are bringing it into game three. Looks like we've currently got, again, the viewpoints of both Tux and Skipper, both maintaining their previous positions. Doesn't look like there's too much of a shift up on either side, though Neo is now operating as a chaser within the PKS squad.
There we go. And don't sleep on Neo as a chaser. He has, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's still like top 10 most goals of all time in the game. He has a lot of hours logged on chaser. So he can be a difference maker here as well. A Singularity, though, she is just continuing to cook this series. Singularity has been in every game alongside Oof, and we see Hawkeye swapped back in for Lego here.
Yep.
So going back to that game one chaser lineup, that was really effective. Put up, I think, 4 or 5 good scores there.
Yep, as I said before, Laggy is known to be a incredibly detail-oriented and analytical mind. Good captaincy behind Dumbledore's army, allowing them to figure out the best strategy moving into Game 3, where all is left on the line. So, this switch back up to the original lineup, I think, is going to benefit them well. Already 10 points on the board, 5 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. Dumbledore's army keeping a lead here. However, as with tradition, Tux is maintaining that lead on the snitch.
He did miss a bump, though. Getting closer to even here. Chaser tackle on Tux. That's clutch. That's what you need.
Another here. Bump on Tux.
Another one.
They are putting higher seeker pressure in on this match, and that is good to see. Especially to keep Tux offline, they're going to need to try and keep just engaged.
Yeah, Shade got tackled though, but he's still ahead.
Shade ahead in the snitch race.
Tackle by Laggy.
Huge tackle. It looks like Shade captures the snitch. 20 points over to Dumbledore's Army, bringing that 30-0, 4 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. Beautiful. Dumbledore's Army bringing the A game now. Looks like they knocked off the rust in those last 2 matches and are bringing it back. However, Team Pumpkin Snatch is not going to let that lie. They are going to respond. They're like, okay, we see you finally got in the game. Now we can play.
Yeah. Yep. Skipper holding it down, though. He had flipped it up to Oof with a shot. Misses, but Singh picks it back up. She flips her on Pumpkin. Nice save there by Pumpkin. They're going to need more of that. They're going to need more scores here as it's 30-0. PK or DA really responding here against PKS.
Mm-hmm. And
Oof is back in on the charge and
takes the shot
in the right hoop.
Beautiful goal by Oof there, bringing that score 40-0. Just under 4 minutes left on the clock. It looks like Dumbledore's Army is taking a strong lead in this match. Pumpkin Snatch currently in possession of the quaffle, passing it on down to Cardi. Cardi streaking down the field, dodges out of the way of Hawkeye, looks for an opening behind Skipper, takes the shot, but Skipper saves! What a beautiful, beautiful save there.
Ooh, Skipper is locked in. Let's not forget how good Skipper is Singularity with another big score. 50-0, Felix. This is
a different game. It looks as if Laggy has given their players a good talking to. Said like, all right guys, don't let them count us out just yet. We need to deliver in this game 3 to stay in this best of 5 matchup. Cardi though, coming back with Team Pumpkin Snatch, looking for that opening, trying to get past Skipper. Dominating on keeper role now. Absolutely locked in, as you said. Snitch race is still tight, but still in the lead by way of Tux with Team Pumpkin Snatch. However, as we saw last snitch capture, it could go either way with some choice clunks. Laggy getting in there, keeping the pressure on. A few bumps, and that can change. Cardi back in possession of the quaffle, bringing it downfield.
He just misses Tux. That was very close.
Let's transition on over there.
From the snitch. Yeah, he's really close to catch here. Heading into his blue side, so Pumpkin's looking for a kick on Shade.
Looks like Tux is going to get on this. And swings and captures. 50-20. Dumbledore's Army still in the lead, but only by 30 points. Pumpkin Snatch's team finally getting those 20 points on the board. They are back in this today.
What a game, Virtual. This game has delivered.
Oh my gosh. Ooh! And another shot by Singularity. Again, Dumbledore's Army pushing forward. Love to see it. Love to see it. We might see a game 3 if this, or a game 4 if this continues. My fingers are crossed. The tensions are high. Once again, Skipper saving.
Again, that's his 3rd steal of the game. On top of a couple saves there, he is locked in. The Chaser core is locked in.
Oof, lining up for a shot.
On here.
Oh, just misses. Pumpkin Snatch saving and in possession, putting it back out there. Cardi in possession. Alpha Tux swinging out of the way of incoming bludgers and getting bumps in where possible. Cardi looking for a shot, looking to pass potentially, but Hawkeye captures the quaffle and starts going downfield again. This Chaser game is proving to be back and forth.
We see McCoon actually taking out some chasers there, trying to give some assistance to his team. Oof with another chance, and that was another big save there by Pumpkin. Now lift it up here to 21st. Snitch getting close again. We see Tux is quite close here.
Skipper defending once more. Sends it out to Singularity. Singularity carrying the quaffle down to the other side of the pitch, looking for an opening over by Pumpkin Snatch. Will they get the shot? No, Pumpkin Snatch saves, and we'll switch over to Seeker to take a look and see. Tux got kicked, dodges out of the way of the speeding bludger. Oh, Shade is keeping it. Cardi's looking for a shot for that last second shot. Oh, Shade captures the snitch. 80, 20, 25 seconds left on the clock. Dumbledore's Army in the lead with 25 seconds left. I don't think there's going to be enough time to get a change around.
There might not be enough time for 41, Virtual. 41. We have 20 seconds in this match. 13 seconds, 10. There's a score.
There's one
Are they
shot.
going to get 41? 5 seconds left. This game will be disqualified. And they make it in time. Holy. Virtual, we didn't notice that. This was another late start. There's the 41 clocking in seconds after this game finishes. They were flirting with it. We've seen that already today. And this one literally almost cost DA. That would have been a blunder of all blunders in L7 history. Wow, that had me sweating there at the end.
Now, for those who don't know, why don't you go ahead and explain the 41 rule to chat today?
So, unfortunately, as perfect as this game is, it comes with some bugs. Basically, on the 41 minute of every hour, right? So it's 2:41 Eastern time here in North America. The game in customs cuts out. Basically, it's an unknown bug. I think it was just a way to prevent players from playing forever in a sudden death kind of matchup and within customs. Nonetheless, it never used to be an issue, right? It was always Q snipe was the primary method for L7. We switched to customs because of the new 3 snitch meta.
Yep.
The snitch ruling, right? The points had to drop from 30 down to 20. Shout out to Skinny for the brilliant idea and part of what's made this season, and in my opinion, the best, most exciting season of L7 ever, a historical season.
Historical.
Neo would say. But yeah, so we have to play customs, and every 41 minute the game cuts out. Now, standard L7 rules is any cutout, no matter what, is a redo. So even though that score was lopsided, it was clearly a DA win. Had the game cut out a few seconds earlier, it would have been all for nothing.
Oh, what a gamble. Again, flirting with that 41. Just, DA would have been crushed had that happen. Just absolutely gobsmacked, kicked out of the server, had such a strong lead, but thankfully they were able to get that game in on time and secure that win of match 3. We have currently 1 win by way of Dumbledore's Army and 2 by way of Team Pumpkin Snatch. We are going into a game 4. That was absolutely phenomenal to see. I gotta say, we were talking about how they were going to need to deliver on this, and they did. Dumbledore's Army continues to press forward. Meanwhile, Team Pumpkin Snatch may have had a bit of an off game there. That's okay. You know what? They've shown that they can come back with a vengeance before. They have 2 wins under their belt. They have Macoon that will keep up that pressure. But if we see a continuation of that last match, maybe Laggy's keeping Macoon on their toes. And that's what we like to see. When those beaters can start distracting the other beater, that's when the pressure gets off of the Seeker, the Chasers, the Keeper. And that's where you start allowing yourself to have a bit more of actual meta gameplay. Now, granted, this is the most exciting thing to watch. 2 beaters just beefing it out? Not really. But it's a tactic. It's a tactic.
It is, and it's more than just the beater, right? It like we said, it takes the whole team. We saw a lot of really good chaser punches on Tux, on Macoon.
And this saves from Skipper. Let's not count them out.
Well, for sure. The X factors here were the veterans, the OG DA members, Laggy Lestrange and Skipper, the former El Presidente. This is the best I've seen Skipper play since I was fortunate enough to have him, not with DQC, but actually on the Chaser Bonanza tournament, the 4v4. Skipper played out of his mind in that tournament. It brought back shades of season 1 Skipper when he was locked in, and we're seeing that again today. But yeah, Laggy just really, helping her team respond, and landing some big tackles, not only keeping Macoon preoccupied, but we saw that clutch tackle on Tux, right? Like right at the end of the snitch there.
And we are back at it with game 4. Currently, Cardi for Team Pumpkin Snatch in possession of the Quaffle. going downfield, but Singularity on their tail. 21st now in possession of the Quaffle, looking to get past Skipper. Oh, wide shot, and Skipper sends it back out. Currently, Tux looks to be keeping the pressure on high with the snitch game. Oof. Shade getting hit there. And Singularity scores 10 points on the board for Dumbledore's Army. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock. Dumbledore's Army pulling out the gate with this one as they did last match. Are we going to see a repeat of last match, or will Team Pumpkin Snatch deliver with this next shot? Cardi looking for an opening. Skipper shuts them out. OTP, this is exciting. This is exciting.
Yeah, it's another crazy start to this series here. Sing with another big score, right? She's kind of that third DA player that is really carrying, really locked in here. So it's fantastic to see. Close snitches here. Shade actually with a slight lead, if I'm not mistaken. We might want to switch there. Laggy takes out Cardi. So now they're going to want to zone in here fully on this Seeker.
Hux got knocked by a Chaser, which is keeping them offline. Singularity once more puts it in. 20 points, 5 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock. These Seekers getting close, neck and neck between Shade and Tux. Tux still slightly in the lead, but going around enemy goals over there.
Another Chaser punch on Tux.
Another Chaser punch on Tux.
Shade is low. Shade is low. I think McCoon got some tackles there.
If Shade gets knocked down, it's almost likely that Tux will capture this snitch here. But the Chaser pressure is on once more. And Shade goes down. Tux captures the snitch. 24 minutes, 45 seconds left on the clock. We are at a tied match. It looks like they are focusing primarily on their Seeker game here. Meanwhile, Dumbledore's Army is keeping up the Chaser pressure, keeping that Quaffle as much as possible.
There's a save, though. There's a save by Pumpkin. She needed that. Someone's got to slow down Singularity. The Canadian Chaser, the Maple Monster here. She is on absolute fire today.
On fire. And Team Pumpkin Snatch has made a name for itself over the years, or over this past season, I should say, with their excellent Chaser and Keeper coordination gameplay. However, Skipper is still showcasing their locked-in state, saving once more. I've got to say, the majority of shots on goal have been saved by Skipper today. It is beautiful to see.
It is beautiful to behold. He is an absolute brick wall right now.
Absolute brick wall. Meanwhile, the Seeker game is going strong. It looks as if Shade has a lead on there. Meanwhile, Cardi's looking to get past. Oh, but Skipper saves once again. We have 3 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. Tied game still. Shade in the lead on Snitch. Tux looking for an opening, but having to weave in and out. Gets a good bump over there. Dodges a speeding bludger. Whew, the pressure is high. Cardi looking for a shot. Passes it, but Skipper kicks it out.
Skipper again. This guy is automatic.
Automatic. Singularity back in possession of the Quaffle. Skipper putting down some rings to bring them over to Pumpkin Snatch. Looking for an opening on Pumpkin Snatch, but Pumpkin Snatch saves. McCoon takes a hit.
Big save. These keepers are playing a high-level game here. Only a 2020 game here with less than 3 minutes left. This is insane.
This is insane, but the pressure is high. Cardi and 21st looking to overwhelm Skipper. Skipper keeping a close shave over here by the hoops. Swinging left, swinging right. Cardi looking for an opening. Can't get to it in time. Tux getting close. Skipper saves the Quaffle. Will they kick him out?
Tux is very close here.
Tux is in the lead now with the Snitch. Getting close on home side for them. However, Shade is keeping on top. Singularity puts it in 30 to 20. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock. And Tux might get the capture, gets the capture at 2 minutes, 8 seconds, bringing the score 30 to 40. Team Pumpkin Snatch in the lead. That is 10 points lead. They have turned this game around. We might see a comeback. Whoa, I'm out of breath. Goodness.
Yeah, Shade and Laggy, they got to respond. They need a snitch here. Their team, Singularity specifically, is scoring out of their minds. Skipper is playing out of their minds. This game is still tied here, despite the excellence we've seen from Tux and McCoon, just delivering at their finest. Pumpkin Snatch as well.
Mm-hmm.
It is a crazy keeper battle here, a crazy seeker battle. It's all going to come down to this third snitch, I think,
Yep.
unless DA can really just keep up the momentum on the Quaffle game. They may be able to diff here, but with a minute 20,
Ooh.
easier said than done, especially with Cardi zoning in here, looking for a score. And this time, Cardi gets past Skipper. First score of the game there for PKS, I believe. 50-40 here with a minute left.
That it was the first Quaffle goal for PKS in this match. Meanwhile, Seeker difference has been by way of Team Pumpkin Snatch. Oh, and Skipper knocks down McCoon with that kick.
That's huge.
That's huge. Singularity shoots, but is wide. It's going to come down to this last snitch. It is the make or break. Ladies, gentlemen, everyone in between, this is amazing.
Tux has the lead. He gets bludgered, though. Big bludger by Laggy after seeing Tux dodge there. Tux dodges again. It's neck and neck here on the meter. Shade might actually have a slight lead now. He's ahead.
Shade ahead, but we will see currently. And secures the snitch! There's 17 seconds left in the match. 70 points on the board by way of Team Pumpkin Snatch. There is no coming back from this in this short amount of time. Let's take a look again at that capture. Beautiful turnaround by way of Tux, with a close call and a capture. Wonderful.
What a bump. Shade thought he had the dodge. He knew the bump was coming in. Sometimes it's the right play to make, but Tux was just calculated. He turned down to the right and he went chasing for that bump. He landed it, and a big catch. A dominant performance by Tux and McCoon there. Very, very well fought by both Shade and Laggy. Really coming back there in that game. Obviously, you know, we've spoken so much about Singularity, about Skipper, about Pumpkin Snatch. The chaser and the keeper game here was excellent. What a fight, what a series, but in the end, congratulations to PKS, who will be moving on.
Indeed, indeed. Dumbledore's Army, you played fantastically. Just the cards were in favor of Team Pumpkin Snatch today. And now, looks like that's going to conclude the matches for what we have today. Tomorrow, we will have the finals in a double elimination match between N.E.W.T.s and Team Pumpkin Snatch, and then your home team, the Chadley Cannons, versus Velcro 2. Oh, this is going to be an exciting match tomorrow, OTP. How you feeling knowing what you're going to be going up against?
I absolutely cannot wait for tomorrow. Not only for our match, for all of the matches that happens the winner bracket, the loser bracket. I keep saying it over and over. This is, in my opinion, I think most of you would agree, the craziest season of L7, the best season of L7. We had 6 insane World Cup caliber teams here in N.E.W.T.s. Anyone can win. We saw it today, right? DA bested PKS last time. PKS gets their revenge in the grudge match. They showed up ready to play. Missing Shoney. DA was missing Lucas, was missing Ketchup, some key players out of here. And that's what makes it exciting, right? The depth, how much people rely on each other, who can step up. We saw key players shine today. Obviously, in this series, right, we listed quite a few of them. Earlier today, we saw Nana, right, really shine there on that beater role with Dementor. Prophecy leading the Chaser Corps with Carlson, with Gertnet, really playing well. Nighthawks putting up a good fight. We saw especially Gutera. I think today, like, the keeper gameplay was just phenomenal all around. Was awesome to see, and yeah, we're gonna see more of it tomorrow, man. I'm certainly excited. What are you most looking forward to?
Oh gosh, I'm looking for an all-out just a fight to the end. Like, I want to see both teams giving it their all tomorrow. All four teams giving it their all tomorrow. I don't want to see anyone slacking. I want to see everyone trying and vying for what it is to be number one in the N.E.W.T.s bracket to bring home this historical season, as you and Neo have been saying. It's going to be great. I look forward to seeing more great Seeker gameplay, as always, but I have a new appreciation for Keepers today, having watched everything that they have gone through to keep the Quaffle out of their goals, and I anticipate that we will be seeing that even more tomorrow. I do want to see a lot of high-pressure Chaser play as well. I love seeing the Chasers absolutely dominate the pitch, really bring it to a point where it's a question of whether or not the Seekers are going to make that high a difference in each capture, especially given that they only do 20 points now. That's going to be a lot of fun to behold. But all in
Sure.
all, I am just looking for more Quidditch tomorrow. I know all of these teams are going to deliver. I know you're going to perform great. And I hope we get to see your perspective on the pitch, OTP. I really want to be able to see you go from caster to champion in no seconds flat.
Yeah, I'm happy to share my POV. I encourage everyone else to as well. Let's get the caster again. Felix is absolutely cooking virtual witchcraft.
Thank
Our
you, thank you.
original president here in L7. Let's get them more point of views. Let's get them some awesome highlights to put together for these great videos. Again, thank you so much for that.
Of
So
course.
everybody share your POVs, record. And as great as this season's been and as sad as it is to be coming to an end, like you said, virtual, we just want more QC, more action, and there's still a lot more to come, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
still have the Triwizard tournament. That's a lot of fun going on in L7. We're going to have more events in Q6. Another World Cup is coming up right around the corner. Another house tournament there, the Common Room Classic, giving more players an opportunity to shine in the spotlight. And virtual is going to be the person to capture it all.
That's true. That's true. I will do my best with any POV sent in to try and get them set up so that we can get your beautiful plays out there. Again, you players are what make this game shine. I just get to bask in your glory from the commentator's box, and I want to be able to put all of those fantastic plays, those clutch captures, those just gobsmacking keeper saves, the bludger hits that make the difference. I want to see all of that so that not only can we, from the audience side, just be on the edge of our seats at all times, but also so that you can get the recognition you all deserve. So yeah, send in your POVs. I will do my best to get as many as I can on the board. I can't guarantee that I will get all of them, but I will do what I can. And yeah, be sure to join us again tomorrow so that we can continue within the finals of Season 4's History of Magic N.E.W.T.s. It has been a fantastic season up to this point, and I cannot wait to see how we close this out as we watch the first match between Velcro 2 and, oh goodness, excuse me, Thin Ice versus Team Pumpkin Snatch as the first match. Then the second match being the Chadley Cannons versus Velcro 2. But yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Good luck to the rest of the captains. Well played, everyone today. Congratulations, obviously, PKS and Velcro for moving on, but also to DA and Nighthawks for their tremendous seasons. Not even just saying that, everyone here will agree. Both teams, the development, the growth from the start of the season until now. I know this loss sucks, but you all have something to be proud of. So with that, thank you for having me. And yeah, thanks again, Virtual. You're the GOAT.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here, OTP. In the meantime, thank you all for joining us in today for these excellent matches. If you haven't already, be sure to follow us in our Discord that you can find through our official League 7 website and within the chat at discord.gg/League 7. Join us over there if you're new to the league. We have plenty of matches to behold and also be a part of. We have other events going on, like our Triwizard tournament, of which OTP is one of our fabulous champions. If you want to get all of the going ons, be sure to follow us there and keep up with us here. Over the next few weeks, we will also be trying to port out some of what we have captured here on Twitch over to YouTube. So keep up with our going ons over in the server. We'll be sure to get you those links over to the YouTube eventually. In the meantime, guys, this is Felix of Virtual Witchcraft, thanking you again from the commentator box for joining us. You guys have been fantastic. Have a great day.